congratulate Serena on creating history. I love every time that I step on the court to play against her because she's been the best, and as a tennis player you want to play against the best. And last but not least, the fans. Without you we wouldn't be playing, we wouldn't be here, we wouldn't be encouraged and inspired. You guys are the best. You come from all over the world and from Australia, and we thank you so much for supporting us, and I can't wait to come back. Thank you.
Growing up, I grew up, I wasn't the richest, but I had a rich family in spirit and support. And, standing here with 19 championships is something I never thought would happen. I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope, and that's all I had. And it's inspiring for all you guys out there that want to do something and want to be the best that you can be and want to do the best that you can do. You just never give up because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence. So I'm so honored.
It was a special night last night on Rod Laver Arena with Serena Williams, her 19th Grand Slam championship, and the oldest woman to reach and win an Australian Open final since Chris Evert back some 30 years ago, which they celebrated last night, that fantastic match between Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert-Lloyd at Kooyong, and symbolic that Serena Williams was able to win last night. Some inspiring words from her. She won 6-3, 7-6 over Maria Sharapova in the first time 1 and 2 had played each other since the US Open final in 2013. So it was a really great night, but we've got an absolute cracker coming up tonight. Novak Djokovic, number 1 in the world, his 5th Australian Open final, up against Andy Murray, who's been playing some fantastic tennis. We've got a fantastic night coming your way. Before that, we do have mixed doubles action as well, including Martina Hingis, who has won so many titles, Grand Slam level titles, including the Grand Slam of doubles in women's doubles in 1998. She partners up with Leander Paes, one of the greatest doubles players we've seen in the modern era, and they are up against Kristina Mladenovic from France, partnered with Daniel Nestor from Canada. That match coming up at 4 o'clock on Rod Laver Arena, so around about 25 minutes time. So looking forward to that. We'll have all of the action for you in a moment. But before we do that, let's recap on a fantastic women's doubles, or in fact a women's singles final last night.
The Australian Open was beginning to reach its climax on night 13 of competition, with the women's final headlining the action. Stony-faced and silent were Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova as they made their way out onto Rod Laver Arena for the 2015 Championship decider, a rematch of the 2007 final. It was a shaky start from the Russian second seed, who double faulted on break point to lose her opening service game, which allowed Williams to pounce to a 2-love lead. But Sharapova soon settled into the contest. Suddenly the heavens opened, forcing a 10-minute rain delay during the 6th game, with Williams still up a break. She took the opportunity to head inside to keep warm, while Sharapova remained on court as the roof was closed. The American returned to the court briefly, only to run back out of her opponent's view to compose herself from a violent coughing fit. But it had no bearing on her game, a few minutes later acing Sharapova to trigger a string of 6 straight points. The Russian did manage to break back once, but immediately suffered the same fate in her next service game as Williams took the first set 6-3. It was the world number 1 who again broke first in the second set, but Sharapova grinded her way back to put the set on serve. And she started to play her shots, nailing 18 of 21 winners for the match in the second set. But her biggest challenge came in the 10th game, when she had to serve her way out of 2 break points to save the championship. And she did, as the set went to a tiebreaker. Sharapova struck first, taking a point off Williams, but the number 1 seed got her nose in front and had a chance to serve again for the championship at 6-4. Again, the Russian saved the match, but she could only hold off her opponent for so long, and Williams triumphed 7-5 in the tiebreaker to secure her 6th Australian Open crown and her 19th Grand Slam title. With the women's doubles title decided on day 12, it was the men's turn for their moment in the spotlight. Italian pair Simone Bolelli and Fabio Fognini faced Pierre-Hugues Herbert and Nicolas Mahut of France. Herbert's serve was the first to be broken, allowing the unseeded Italians to take a 5-4 lead. And despite trailing love 30 in the very next game, Bolelli and Fognini took the set in 41 minutes. It was a similar story in the second, as they again broke in the 9th game, this time on the Mahut serve. And Bolelli again held his serve to secure a straight sets victory in 1 hour and 22 minutes. A breakthrough Grand Slam victory for the Italians.
6-4, 6-4.
Yes, plenty of passion in that match last night. Italy versus France, with Bolelli and Fognini winning both of those sets, taking 41 minutes, 6-4, 6-4 the scoreline in the end. But the big highlight was Serena Williams. You saw the celebration there. She was absolutely delighted. Well, luckily for Australian Open TV, she sat in this very chair after her victory last night. Let's hear from her one-on-one now.
Serena, many congratulations. What an emotional celebration from you on the court. Tell me how you're feeling after winning your 6th Australian Open title.
I feel really good. I'm really excited to have gotten through that. I definitely, this morning I was really calm, and I just had this peace about me, and I was a little worried. I was like, Serena, you're too calm. You need to be more uptight or something, but I just feel really good to get through this.
Can you talk me through the match a little bit? Because there was no shortage of drama out there. You were obviously not feeling your best, and yet somehow battled through.
Yeah, I wasn't my best, but at the same time I had to be at my best because I was playing such a great champion. So it was like, I need to figure something out. And yeah, I just kind of got through those moments, and you know, I got a little tight. There was a lot of drama at a match point 1 and realized it was a let, so it wasn't a good feeling, but I'm honestly so happy to have won. I really wanted this.
And it's number 19, which brings you to number 2 in the all-time list. Is your goal now to catch Steffi at 22?
I never liked being number 2, but I don't know. Steffi was such a great champion, and gosh, I can't. I have to enjoy number 19 now and think about that. So I just can't even think about anything else.
And how about the Grand Slam? Because you've got the Serena Slam.
Yes.
But you're on now for a potential career calendar year Grand Slam.
And this is my 6th time that I have an opportunity to do it, and I haven't done it in 5 other times, and I can't say that I expect to do it this time. I'm just happy with this title, and I hope just to continue, and that's it. That's all I think about.
And just finally, how do you plan to celebrate this win?
Well, I'm going to go home, I'm going to go to bed, I'm going to curl up, and I'm going to go to sleep, and because I don't feel good and I'm cold, and that's what I'm going to do. I think that's going to be the best celebration.
And you wake up tomorrow morning with a nice warm feeling, I'm sure.
Yes, and tomorrow I'll wake up and be like, it's happy, I really did it, and I'll have time to be happy then.
Well, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy the moment. We look forward to seeing you again next year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She really had to prove what a champion she was last night. That's tough going. She really suffered from some sort of viral cough for the last 5 or 6 days, and to do what she's done under those circumstances, it was a phenomenal performance by Serena Williams, her 6th Grand Slam title after turning 30 years of age. Well, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we'll have a look at the mixed doubles, and we'll also continue the preview towards the big final tonight, Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray. And to whet your appetite, let's see how the 2 gentlemen got to the final.
What makes a champion? What sets them apart from the rest? While some spend a lifetime trying to figure it out, Others are born to win. Competing for the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup in the Australian Open final are a man who has held it aloft 4 times before and another desperate to do the same. One, a proven superstar from Serbia, a 7-time Grand Slam champion, including 4 Australian Open titles. The other, a ferocious 2-time Grand Slam champion from Scotland, 3 times a finalist in Melbourne, but never a winner. After an exhibition tournament in Abu Dhabi, Novak Djokovic began his season at the ATP World Tour in Doha. He recorded 2 wins and a loss to Ivo Karlovic as flu symptoms threatened to derail his Australian Open campaign. But there was no sign of illness in his first-round match with Slovenia's Aljaž Bedene, whom he put to the sword before then taking down Russian Andrei Kuznetsov also in straight sets. Fernando Verdasco issued the world number 1 his first challenge in the 3rd round, almost snatching the first set in a tiebreaker. But 43 winners from Djokovic saw him get a hold of the Spaniard to reach the round of 16. There he faced Gilles Muller in a maiden career meeting, but the left-hander from Luxembourg was no match for the 4-time champion who advanced to the last 8. His quarter-final opponent was Canadian powerhouse Milos Raonic, who came out swinging. But after snatching the first set tiebreaker, Djokovic only gained momentum and confidence to claim another straight sets victory. His penultimate hurdle was defending champion Stan Wawrinka, who had ended the Serbs' 2014 campaign in the quarters. A monumental tussle saw them exchange sets in a seesawing affair, but Djokovic held the 4th seed to love in the final set to book in his 5th Australian Open final in the past 8 years. 3-6, 3-6, 3-6, 6-4, 6, 6, Andy Murray arrived in Melbourne with a blemish-free lead-up. Despite Great Britain losing the Hopman Cup final to Poland, the world number 6 won all of his singles matches against Benoit Paire, Mariko Naposovic and Jerzy Jadowitz. After brushing aside little-known Indian qualifier Yuki Bambry in the first round, Murray faced Naposovic for the 2nd time in the space of a fortnight. But the local hope was no match for the 6th seed, who advanced again in straight sets. Murray was equally impressive in his 3rd round match with João Sousa, whom he dispatched in barely 2 hours. The Scots' first real challenge came in the round of 16 against Bulgaria's Grigor Dimitrov, who snatched a 70-minute second set in a tiebreaker. But the Scotsman turned the match back on his terms and secured a 4-set victory in over 3 hours. In his 6th consecutive quarter-final in Melbourne, Murray met another Aussie, Nick Kyrgios. While the 19-year-old was brave, it was clear he was on a different level to Murray, who prevailed in straight sets. Standing in the way of a 4th Australian Open final was Thomas Berdych, who made his presence known by taking the first set in a tiebreaker. And so the stage is set, the battle lines drawn, as old foes prepare to meet again in the final, to have their name etched on the trophy and secure their place in history.
The Kia Cerato has surprised many of Australia's leading journalists since its launch. Paul Gover from Cars Guide said, "The Cerato hatch is the new Kia we've been waiting for and another surefire winner." And Tim Weissman from caradvice.com.au said, "The all-new Cerato is packed with the latest technology." The Kia Cerato hatch. It surprised the motoring experts. And with Australia's only 7-year unlimited kilometre factory warranty, it will surprise you too.
Join the rally for good. The more people we get involved, the more money we raise for a good cause. Ready? Keep the rally going by posting your shot your way using hashtag Rally for Good.
Your game, your way.
We are all made by something. People, places, and passions help shape us into who we are.
The biggest fight I had in my life was actually the fight within.
Novak Djokovic, birthed from Serbia, shaped by Yelena, inspired by dreams, made by determination. Jacob's Creek, made true.
Why this watch? This watch has witnessed the magic of Melbourne, the promise of a new season and a Grand Slam's most ardent fans. It's seen a national hero become a legend. The epic endured. And a 4-time champion crowned. It doesn't just tell time, it tells history.
Optus called me up and they said, hey, would you like to be in a commercial that talks about the word yes? They said it's about how we're going to be saying a lot more of it. Can I come up with some stuff? And they said yes. And I said I want it on a tropical beach. And they said yes. Gigantic kitten. I want to dance with some beautiful people. And they said yes. Let's shoot it in Antarctica. And they said yes. Fireworks, skydiving Elizabethans, a muffin. And I said what? All of this in the one earth? And they said yes.
Pure feel good.
So Serena has been transformed into a magical Disney adventure. The last 2 days of the Australian Open, Saturday and Sunday, come inside and have a look at this. Look at the kids, they're going crazy. So they jump on the cars here, that's one activity, and you just go around, winner takes all. All right, come through, guys. It's never ending. Oh, sorry, hello, how are you? Look at this. So cars over here, of course, Disney and Pixar characters. So you can have a look at that. We've got a little magical world on this side as well. And up here, Arundel. Have a look at this. It's like ice skating for kids. Now, it's not ice. It's kind of like a chopping board, and you've got to stay up. You've got to try and stay on your feet for as long as possible. Look at how much fun those guys are having. All right, come with me. Come with me. Keep coming. This is Hisense Arena. It was a tennis court last week, and now it's a magical array of Disney fun. All right, over here. Hello, guys. Watch out, watch out. All right, so here we've got a playground, okay? So the kids can just take their time. They can spend hours between 3 and 6 on Sunday tomorrow, guys. You can come in here for free if you've got a ground pass, okay? Come over here, come over here. Neverland. Look at this. It's golf, mini golf for the kids. Look at that. How's she going? Unbelievable amount of fun, guys. So this is in Hisense Arena tomorrow, Sunday, between 3 and 6. Kids 16 years and under get in for free, okay? And then they can come in here and have fun. Disney, guys, meet me over here. Hisense Arena. Unbelievable.
Adrian Franklin having a great time out on Hisense as we see Andy Murray hitting up earlier today. A real rivalry developing, Andy Murray and Novak Djokovic meeting each other for the 5th time in a Grand Slam final. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal have met each other 8 times in Grand Slam finals. So this is starting to really develop into a rivalry, Djokovic and Murray meeting each other for a 5th time. Interestingly, Andy Murray's had the extra day off, playing his semi-final earlier than Djokovic. But in the last 7 years, 4 of the winners have played their semi-final second, which is a very interesting sidelight to proceedings. Let's see what Andy Murray has to say in the lead-up to tonight's final.
And it's been a sensational fortnight for you here in Melbourne so far. Do you have a favourite moment that you can pick out from the tournament so far?
I think I would probably say the match with Dimitrov was very was the most important match for me, just because of the way that the match was and how I felt like he played a good match, and both of us played at a very high level. And that was maybe a match that last year, in those circumstances, I might have lost, but I felt like that was the most important match for me so far, and then obviously winning the semi-finals in terms of would probably be my favourite moment so far. But I'd say the match with Dimitrov was a very important one for me.
This is your first Grand Slam final with Amelie Mauresmo in your corner. Does that mean your preparations have been a bit different to your other Grand Slam finals?
I think the whole preparation really coming into the Grand Slam was different, just because it's different coach, different person with just a different way of working really. So yeah, I mean, I approached the final in terms of the way I want to play fairly similar to how it would have been with other coaches, but just the build up to the event, the way that I practiced and trained and prepared would have been a little bit different, just because, you know, Amelie has a slightly different approach to Ivan, and Ivan Lendl would have had a slightly different approach to Danny or Miles McLagan, who I worked with before that, so it's been a bit different.
This is a fifth Grand Slam final you'll have contested against Novak Djokovic. You guys are just a week apart in age. You've known one another since you were 12. It's developing into one of the sort of biggest rivalries of your era.
Yeah, I think you know, over the last few years we played here. I think 3 times we played here, a couple of finals and 1 semi-final, and a couple of them were very close matches. Obviously the Wimbledon final, US Open final, we played at the Olympics as well. US Open last year, we played in a lot of big matches against each other, and I think because of we know each other well, we played against each other first time when we were 12 years old, so yeah, we've known each other a long time, played many matches against each other, we know each other's games extremely well, and yeah, often it's about who plays the best match on the day, who comes out on top, and hopefully I can do that tomorrow.
Obviously winning.
Interestingly, Andy, mentioning Ivan Lendl there in that interview, and if he was able to win tonight, Andy Murray, he would join Ivan Lendl on 26 hardcourt titles at the Australian Open this year. It really is an interesting contest at Grand Slam level. Andy Murray winning 2 titles, Novak Djokovic taking 7. Let's see now what Novak has to say for himself.
Novak, it's been quite a fortnight for you here so far, as it always seems to be here in Melbourne. Do you have a favourite moment from the tournament so far?
Well, most exciting match I've played was definitely last night against Stan. I went 5 sets, and of course that's something that I and I think many other people expected coming into that semi-final encounter. Judging by the previous years in our marathon matches, that was something that everybody wished to have, and we had it. We had the 5-set battle, and it was a tough match, but you know, just very glad to be able to go through and compete in another final.
Andy Murray in the final tomorrow. How much have you seen of him this tournament so far, and how would you compare the Andy Murray that you're seeing here to the Andy Murray you've faced in 4 previous Grand Slam finals?
Well, I'll see that on the court, and I'm not able to answer it now. Obviously, looking at his game and analyzing his couple matches in the last previous few matches that he had to the finals, he did perform very well at a high level. But you know, again, we played against each other so many times on different big occasions. He's a multiple Grand Slam winner. He knows how he needs to approach this particular occasions mentally. I can say that he's experienced, and he's not gonna get carried away too much by emotions of the match. Even though I think both of us will be tense, and both of us will come into the match willing to perform at the highest level, and that's what it takes because we have very similar styles of the game. We compete at a high level. We have a very physical battle, a lot of long rallies, and it will take a lot from me to win that match.
So the scene is set as we head across to Rod Laver Arena. Not before 7:30 tonight, Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray, and a big moment for chair umpire Jake Garner as well from the USA. But with the roof closed on Rod Laver Arena, we have mixed doubles final action for you. And this is the clash between Kristina Mladenovic from France and Daniel Nestor from Canada, the number 3 seeds, up against a couple of icons in the world of tennis. Leander Paes, a real doubles specialist, and the great Martina Hingis, as we now head courtside for the mixed doubles final.
So this is interesting. Martina Hingis, I think, could possibly control this. Leander Paes is a good doubles player, and they've teamed up together here. Paes also hasn't played singles since 2004. Both he and Nestor are just doubles specialists, and you can go right through in this game now with doubles. Nestor has accumulated about $12.4 million in prize money.
So he'll toss the coin for us once we get there.
Just about 8 million. So the coin toss here now.
All the lines are covered. Machine calls the net. We've got Hawkeye. If you are going to challenge, you need to make it clear to me that you want to challenge. Right? Any questions? No. Charlie, what's going to happen? Yeah, Martina, I think you want. Yep. If you want to call. Heads. Heads it is. Serve. Thank you. Oh, we'll just pose for a photo, guys. Can we just have a photo? To this side, thanks.
Photo for the young lady that's there. One of the hotshot kids. They've been doing that all week. Well, a young fellow it is, yeah.
Charlie, and he liked Martina Hingis. Yep. Gave her the choice with the toss. Great experience for him out there. One of our Super 10 players here.
That's a nice touch that they've had all week, isn't it, for all the matches on Rod Laver Arena. Now, see how he goes. There it is.
Well done, Charlie.
Yeah. Very tall lass, Kristina Mladenovic, and she's played some good tennis. She's got over $2 million in prize money now, but 21 years of age.
Including the Brisbane International title this year. In 2006, she won the mixed doubles.
Unfortunately, not a lot of folks on hand here for this mixed doubles final. It's a twilight meeting, and of course the big one is this evening, where the men's singles final is to be played between Djokovic and Murray.
And it's a shame that they're not here to watch, because there's real star power on court here. In Hingis particularly, who's a 3-time winner of the singles here and has done just about everything in the game. And Leander Paes, also just such a fabulous doubles player. Great to watch on the doubles court. So they're missing out if they're not watching this one. I think it promises to be a beauty.
Yeah, I think Hingis, with her experience, may have enough to control this. Nestor and Mladenovic are Grand Slam champions, and they're a formidable team. They team well together, both very tall, but so short of stature at the other end of the court. But boy, the experience, as you mentioned, with Hingis and Leander Paes, Martina Hingis, well, when she played